Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy CJ Beasley here, bringing you guys week 3 of the TBL, going up against Coach David of the British Bruxish. Now you may be wondering why week 3 is the first upload. I wasn't to the league, so but I picked up David's team, and then things happened where he wanted his team back, so I gave him it back, and then Noctali dropped. And just things happen. So now I have Noctali's team. We're ready to go. This week we're going up against Coach David, like I said. Really great battler. Go check him out on YouTube. But yeah, so looking at his team this week, got a real interesting team. You know, see the type null and Silvally. Well, now he changes his Chandelure or Sableye, but got that Silvally rocking, the Mega Aerodactyl. We see the Levani, Latias, all got some interesting picks on his team. So just going into this battle, we see a lot of Mons that I thought he was going to bring, definitely. Nothing was too surprising. We see the Mienshao, we see the Latias, we see the Chandelure, Kartana, Bisharp, and Electros. Most of those were predicted. So here, I know he's going to lead with his Mienshao. I know it's probably going to have knockoff, but there's nothing I'd really rather lead against with it. Could have led Galvantula, but I was kind of afraid of that Chandelure leading. So we're just going to lead with our Volcanion here. So we lead with our Volcanion. Like I said, he leads with the Mienshao. It's pretty obvious lead. It was either going to be that or like something like a Chandelure or something. So we got our Volcanion here. He has his Mienshao. So I'm actually a choice banded Volcanion. So I just straight off here, I just go for a Liquidation because I know a one shot. I assume he's going to go for a Fake Out, which he does, which is not that big of a deal. We see his Life Orb, so that's good. Not Sash or anything. So he does go for the knockoff, which knocks off my choice band. Which kind of sucks, but I know Liquidation will still KO from here, so I just go for it. And as you can see, it does. So that's good to get a KO. Turn 2 is really good. So here we just see him go out into his Electros. I don't want to take a Wild Charge or a Volt Switch or anything from this thing, so I just go straight out to my Hydreigon. And then we see that this thing is physical as he goes for the Wild Charge. So I know he's most likely going to have Drain Punch, but there's not a whole lot I want to switch into a Drain Punch. I could go out to Galvantula, but it's not going to really accomplish anything. I go for the Toxic here because I know this thing's going to be a pain in the butt to whittle down, assuming it's Assault Vest. As we just see him go for the Drain Punch here, which kind of sucks. You know, he recovers that HP, but and I know I'll go down next turn, but I know I can go for my Darkinium Z here, just get a buttload of damage off. As we see him take toxic damage. So I just go for the Z Dark Pulse. If he's a Assault Vest, this should do about 67% roughly, maybe around 60ish if he gets like a pretty low roll. So we go for it here. We got the Z Dark, the Black Hole Eclipse. And looking at this damage, we see that it's going to do about 60 to 67%ish, so that's definitely a Assault Vest. He just goes for the U-turn, which sucks because he KOs my Hydreigon, but at least it gives me the momentum. I get to pick what I want to switch in here. As we see him U-turn right out into Latias. And here I know 100% of the time my play is going to be Snorlax. So I go right into Snorlax. I know I can click Crunch on this thing or whatever I want to click. As I just click Protect just to scout what he wants to do, just making sure it's not like a Z Dark or anything, or I'm sorry, Z Draco, as he just goes for the Psyshock, so I know I can definitely take one of those. So I click the Psyshock, it does about 20%, and I get a Crunch off here, which does over half. The crit definitely mattered, but still would have been down about 50%, so it's wasn't that big of a deal. As we see him switch out here, go right into his Kartana, and I just click Crunch here again. Don't want to make any over predictions or anything. Want to KO that Latias if I could. We see that does about 20%, so that's not a bulky Kartana in any means. So we click Protect here, see what he wants to do. Again, scouting for a Z move, like a Z Sacred Sword or something like that, as he just goes for the Leaf Blade. He might be Sash or something, I'm not quite sure, but it doesn't really matter. It could also be Scarf. So he just goes for the Leaf Blade here, and I know if I hit him with another Crunch, he'll be in Superpower range, so I just hit him with another Crunch, puts him about 40%, which is definitely in Superpower range. So right here, I go for the Superpower. I probably should have protected just to get a little bit more leftovers recovery, but it wasn't that big of a deal. As we just go for the Superpower and get the KO on the Kartana, which honestly was going to be a really big pain in the butt for my entire team. So I'm glad I got that out of the way. As we get a little bit of leftovers recovery. And here he switches out to the Electros. Now I had forgotten that Superpower lowers your defense, so I thought when I ran a calc, I thought I could live Drain Punch after a Protect. I would be out of range for a Drain Punch, not calculating for the -1 defense. So I thought I would be able to live it. We see him take toxic damage, we see me get leftovers, and I thought I was going to be able to tank one, but I didn't think about the -1 defense, so which wasn't that big of a deal. He gets a little bit of recovery. My big old panda goes down here, but it's not that big of a deal. As we see him go back over to half, but after the toxic damage, he'll be below half. And so right here, I just go straight out into my Aerodactyl, because I ran a calc, and if he wasn't too bulky, I knew I could KO him with a Sky Drop after a turn of Toxic. So we go for the Sky Drop right here because I knew Crunch wasn't going to do enough, and that was my strongest attack otherwise. So I go straight for the Sky Drop. As he takes toxic damage, puts him about 25%, so I definitely thought I'd be able to KO him with the Sky Drop. But unfortunately it does not. Left him about 6 HP or something like that. As he just goes for the Wild Charge, which will KO my Mega Aerodactyl, but it will be KO'd with the Recoil. So it sucks to lose my Mega Aerodactyl, but the Recoil is nice to get the Electros out of the way. As he just goes straight out into his Latios here, and I go out into my my Galvantula. I knew I could Volt Switch on anything that came in. Go right into my Volcanion on anything that came in. As I just go for the Volt Switch here. Puts him about 15% HP, maybe 18%. I go right into my Volcanion, like I said. And so here he sets up Tailwind for himself. In this next turn, I knew I could tank some sort of hit, but not well. As he actually just goes for the Tailwind again, so I'm assuming he's some sort of Scarf or Specs or something like that. Unless if he just misclicked, but I'm able to KO him with the Liquidation. As he sends out Chandelure here. Now, according to my calcs, I had a really bad chance of living a Shadow Ball, but there wasn't really anything I wanted to switch out into. As he just goes for it, and I actually live on 2 HP, which is really good. I do get the special defense drop, and according to my calcs, if he wasn't, it should really get close to KOing him with an Earthquake. And it would hit the Bisharp if he came in for some weird reason, but it doesn't, so it's not that big of a deal. So he KOs me with the Shadow Ball, but I can just switch in my Galvantula, get off a Volt Switch, which should KO him. And so I go right on my Galvantula here, which I know I'll be faster because I am Choice Scarfed and he is not. So I go for the Volt Switch. Get out of here, KO the Chandelure, so now I know I can just go straight onto him on top and KO him with the Close Combat. Even if he's the Berry, I know I can KO him. And so he goes out into his Bisharp because that's his last Mon. And I just click Close Combat. I could have clicked Fake Out just to guarantee. He does have the Berry, but it's not going to save him in any way, shape, or form. And we do get our first W of the TBL. Last season I didn't do very good, but this season I feel like I'm doing better. The spreads will be down in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. I'll see you guys next time.